is Beers, Wines and Spirits Review. Tonight, day 11 of the two beer kits, one after the other. I'll be reviewing them live as well. Sucker for punishment, eh? So on the whole, the adventure beer so far has been good. I would say 9 out of 10 so far. Been reasonably decent, and a couple of exceptional beers amongst them. Today's day 11. Yeah, today's day 11, and let's see what's on the in the bottle, as it were, or can, as it is. Oh Jesus! It's never easy to get the cans out. So, from the Black Iris Brewery, and I know that straight away because the artwork on the cans is exquisite. Endless Summer. It is a Mosaic and Simcoe hopped session IPA, brewed next to the old Shipstones site, funnily enough. 4.5%. So yeah, brewed in old Basford, Nottingham. And these fellas, Black Iris Brewery that is, they do exceptional beers. Not cheap. You know, you're looking at around about £5 a can and up. But, you know, I mean, look at the artwork. It's stunning. And it's worth keeping the can just for the freaking artwork. And every can's the same. It's amazing artwork. And like most of these little microbreweries, whereas big breweries aren't doing much, and as we've noticed during this lockdown, that big breweries have stopped brewing half their beers. Witchwood, most notably for not brewing Bar Humbug at Christmas. I personally think that was a really bad move, because Christmas is coming up. People want Christmas beers. It's a big selling Christmas beer. And they've not brewed it. They've not brewed Pumpkin. They've not brewed Dunkelfester and Brewdolf. All these beers. And it's all money down the drain if you're not brewing them. I mean, obviously there's logistics involved. But to not brew them, I don't understand it. The microbreweries, though, to be fair, all the microbreweries around Nottingham, they're cracking on with new beers all the time. Good, intense, hoppy nose. Yeah, the hops. It's like that brew the other day, my Imperial Russian Stout. Got the hops out. My God, they stunk the ass out. Soon darted them into the... I had to get them into a 2-litre jug, pour the water in, and they mushed up really quickly, and then banged them into the mix. So that'll be interesting. So nice, I would say light golden pour, slightly hazy, but that might be just because it's cold. White head, and yeah, the intensity of the aroma is starting to die a bit now, but really hoppy at the start, more citrusy now than anything. And it's amazing, you know, that initial smell of the can. It really does bring that aroma out. Anyway, let's dive in. 4.5%, so it's sessionable strength. Although these days, 8% sessionable with COVID. It is nice. And I've actually had this before, funnily enough. I got it from the Bakehouse in Nottingham on Mansfield Road. I've got a taste of vanilla then as well. Good evening. Yes, Endless Summer's the beer. I think the closer it gets to Christmas, the more, if you've got time off, the more it's a killer going to work. Every day is just a crippler of a day. But yeah, the artwork's stunning, isn't it? And if you look at all their beers, if you know Black Iris Brewery or have heard of them, their beers are outstanding. Not cheap, £5. You know, you're looking at a £5 a can. But hey, you know, for good beers, you pay that. I mean, it's only 4.5%, so £5. If you look at supermarket prices, it's quite pricey. hey ho, great aroma, hoppy, intense hoppy aroma at the start, citrus follows, and a great taste. They even got a hint of vanilla in the taste, funnily enough. And I'm glad it's Friday. Well, I've done loads all day, to be honest. So, apart from Instagramming, internet work, I'm basically sitting there watching the little one. So I'm looking after him while my wife does cakes. So, hey ho. Yeah, so a bit of a hazy pour. I can't remember it being hazy the last time I drank it. I'm not sure if it's can conditioned. Is there such a thing? Definitely bottle conditioned. Whether there's can conditioned, I'm not sure. I presume there would be in the grand scheme of things. And another good effort in this adventure beer advent calendar. Obviously, you've got to be critical of the advent calendars you buy. If you was to spend, I mean, I've spent 75 quid on it, knowing that it's all East Midlands stuff. But if you spent 150 quid on, and there was some, beers that are replicated, or some really shit beers, you're never going to buy that again, are you? Yeah, 8% this session. Good evening. Sessionable, it's what you drink, isn't it? For somebody who's not really a beer drinker, 2% might be sessionable because they don't really want anything stronger. And I don't know what's happening tonight, but the comments, they come and they've gone within like a flick of a second. I'll have to. That's better. I can see it now. Good evening. There we go. Turn that off because it's bugging me now. And but yeah, I mean, there's some nice beers out there at the moment. I wish I had hundreds of pounds to spend on beers, because it would be great just to treat yourself to all the box ticking beers that are out there. It's like every flipping brewery's got imperial stouts coming out, and it's like, do I get that one? Do I get that one? And then when you look again, they've all been sold out. So obviously everyone's got the same feelings. Like, yeah, I'll have that £15 a bottle. I love the Nottingham, as we've got the more traditional brewers, which like the Castle Rock are, and I would say the likes of Blue Monkey are traditional, as well as Lincoln Green. But then we've got the craft beer, the ones that are really poking the old flavors and boundaries. Neon Raptor, Totally Brewed, Black Iris, oh bloody hell, Liquid Light, Lenton Lane in a slightly lesser extent. They're a blend of both, but there's some stunning breweries, and that's just Nottingham that I know about. You imagine that all around the country. We're privileged, because years ago, when it was just your Heinekens and whatnot, and that, it's amazing really to think that a lot of these little breweries are doing amazingly well, even with COVID, because they've adapted to new models like delivering beer and that, and the people, especially locally in Nottingham, the people in Nottingham are certainly buying that stuff. Although I've noticed already the likes of Green King are shutting 79 pubs. And I think that's going to get replicated all the way through the old beer industry. Jesus Christ, these Neon Raptor Russian Imperial Stout that came out the other day. These bloody comments keep flying in. They come very quickly and they've gone. So this is Endless Summer, and it's a sessionable 4.5% session IPA. Really, I need to bring the comments back up, because what's happening is they're going that fast I can't flip and see. That's better. Yeah. McEwen's champion. Oh, you can't fault that. It is. It's a nice hazy beer, easy drinking. I mean, I paid about £5 for a can of this in the summer, round about that, something like that anyway. But it was and obviously not many shops sell this, only the craft beer shops. And I went to one called the Bakehouse in Sherwood and spent 50 quid in there. Got a 10% beer from Totally Brewed. Drank it in the middle of the afternoon. I was battered. I walked up the house and the wife was looking at me and I thought, oh, here we go. Bollocking time. But I got away with it, you know. Managed to slide out of the way. Still a nice citrus nose on it. Good citrus taste. Nice. A little bit of bite. Hazy. Can't remember it being hazy last time I drank it. But then again, I've had a few beers since then. You know, you can't remember every beer you drink, can you? And sometimes it's probably not. Sometimes with beers that you don't have often, it's a good thing not to remember. I mean, I certainly remember the bad beers, you know, and I've had a couple of them this week, funnily enough. But but then again, not all beers will cater for all of us. We could all like McEwen's Champion Ale, and then someone puts a pint of Guinness in front of you, and you're like, oh, that's rancid. So, you know, and that's the good thing about beers. You know, the market of beers, there's so many different types out there that, you know, it caters to the masses. I mean, when you think of IPAs, you put this against Green King's IPA, and this is a world of difference away from it. I mean, Green King's Reserve IPA, I actually like, funnily enough, but it's a world away from what these craft beers are doing. Ooh. So it's good flavour to it. The aroma's still there, not as intense as it was when I cracked open the can. And I think that's the best time to get the aroma, that initial cracking open, as long as it don't spew up and piss everywhere. But that cracking up of the can, always the best time to get the full aroma. And every day I'm on the internet, on Facebook, and you look at these some new beers that are coming out, and you think, oh God, I'd love to try that. But you know, we're all on budgets, aren't we? And if you're not, then fair play to you. Good luck. And I mean that the Imperial Russian Stout that these guys have made, that sounds amazing. But I bet it's about 10 or 12 quid for the bottle, if not more. And sometimes you think, I can justify the price, but I suppose there's effort that goes in, and I would think duty. Duty is the big killer, isn't it? You know, which is why more beer kits that do strong beers would be very interesting. You know, more like Imperial rum and raisin kits. I think there's a good market for strong beer kits. I mean, you've got wine kits out there. Why not strong beer kits? I'd love to see it. I put the hops in the Russian Stout kit last night. Stinky hops they are. Ooh, 2 bags of hops. And I've got to give it another 5 days now. And so it's only going to have a week to mature before Christmas. Well, a week and a couple of days. But hey ho, you know. 3 months is going to be the better time to be drinking it. But I shall drink it a week and see how it goes. So, good. I mean, I really like that. I mean, you can't fault the artwork, can you? I mean, it's beautiful artwork on the can. And these fellas, you know, if you can get hold of them, Black House Brewery, if you can get hold of their beers, they do some special beers. I'm not sure if they've got their own website still. You can go on Google. Adventure Beers do sell a lot of their beers, and they sell them at a lesser price than a lot of the other shops. But obviously, then you've got to filter in. If you live in the Nottinghamshire area, the East Midlands area, you've got to filter in postage and packaging. So it's always an issue, isn't it? Postage and packaging. I mean, I don't want to spend £10 on a beer, then spend £8 on postage and packaging, because it don't make it worth it. Which is why I tend to use supermarkets for beers. You know, it's not because I'm a tight bastard. It's because you know, I ain't got a lot of money. So simple as that, really. Right. Another good beer. Like I said, intense hoppy aroma. Bloody hell. All of a sudden there's loads of I have got the good evening. I have got the Oak Age rum. That's definitely there. I don't know what's happening with these comments. All of a sudden, there's nothing, and then all this, there's loads. Yeah, put live chat on. That's better. Right. I'm not going to swear because that would be rude, but it's fucking YouTube. Pardon my French. I didn't know I could speak French, did you? Yeah, intense hoppy aroma, citrus on the nose, citrus on the taste, and beautiful all the way through. Hint of vanilla in there as well. Whether I'm right or wrong, don't know. Can't be them all. Can't always be right, can you? If I was right all the time, I'd be a millionaire, sat somewhere nice, doing beer reviews, maybe. Out of 5 for me, even though it's only 4.5%, I really enjoyed it. A good beer. 4.3 out of 5 for me. And I've tasted some of their stuff, and they do some nice beers. And an interesting selection for the Christmas advent calendar. Interesting. But I suppose with an advent calendar, if we were in the place of the person doing it, you've got to try and do as many breweries as you can to appease the breweries, and you've got to try and pick out different flavours to appease the people. You don't want 25 stouts in there, do you? Although it won't bother me, but that's just, it's an interesting thing to work out what you'd put in. What to do it one day? What would you put in an advent calendar? That'd be interesting. If money was no, well, no, maybe not money was no issue, but a supermarket beers advent calendar. Now that'd be something. Maybe next year. Keep one of these boxes, and if I haven't bust them both, and get 24 beers, buy them from supermarkets, and do a supermarket advent calendar. So I'll give you a list of 24 beers, and do that. That'd be interesting. Hey, okay now. Oh, yeah, them partisans were rough. These comments, if you think I'm not answering you, the comments just come. They whiz in so fast and they've gone again. And yeah, it's a bit weird. So, yeah, great beer. And onto the low-cost beer now. That'll be interesting to see what pops up. As long as it's not Partisan Brewing, which I've got no issues with them, because the first beer was nice, but the other two, oh dear, oh dear. And that's it for this beer review. Thanks for watching and commenting. Although YouTube needs to fix their commenting, because they're all whizzing by that quick. I can't see them. Anyway, see you soon. Cheers. Oh, that's good. I'm glad it's not just me, because it's doing my nutting. They're like, fucking hell, I can't read them. And I'm not even drunk, so, if I was pissed out of my head and they were whizzing by, it wouldn't bother me so much. Right, see you in a minute. Cheers. Hopefully it'll get better.